Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, guys. I got him. Big blow up. It's a good bass.
Got one. Got something, guys. Nice bass on the bull shad. Here we go. Paused it real quick. That is a real healthy bass, about a 2-pounder probably. Couple of casts in, and the Mike Buka baby bull shad has come through. Little chunk right there. Thought it might have been the snakehead by the pale coloration, but that was cool. All right, on the board already. Great start to the day, guys. As you can see, we got these cloudy, overcast skies. We got a little bit of rain trickling down, and I'm thinking these fish might be turned on today with this weather pattern. As you can see, a couple of casts in and we are on the board. This thing does have some really good action here. This pond does have some really nice bass. It does have a few snakeheads in here, and we're just gonna fish it. Got a couple hours on our hands. We got another pond we might go to a little bit later on, but we're just gonna see what's going on here. Trying to make an episode with the bull shad. May throw around some other baits as well, not really sure, but should be a pretty fun day. Gonna be working it a little bit quicker than I normally would today, just because this pond is very shallow in some spots and there's a lot of grass. So we're gonna have to keep this thing up towards the top of the water column. Working it pretty fast, only letting it pause for a second or two before I start that quick retrieve. Water is definitely pretty murky today as well, so I'm thinking this bone-colored bull shad will stand out pretty well. Does have a little slight rattle to it as well, and that's going to help these fish key in on it in this dirty, muddy water. It's really a bait I have not used a whole lot, and I've only caught a few fish on it in the times I have used it, but I know it does have really good potential in this area. People have slayed with these things around here before. Oh, something grabbed that right on the paws. Unreal.
So here's what I've got, guys. I got a bluegill lipless crankbait on my bait caster, and then on my spinning rod I've got a big old rooster tail. Oh my gosh, guys, I got him. He followed it right up to the shore. That was crazy. He hit it once and then he came back for it, but there's definitely something up with this little guy. I don't know if he'd been caught before. Yeah, he definitely looks like he has recently been caught, because he's got a little problem down here. He's bleeding, not from where I hooked him, but it's down in his throat. So we're gonna let this guy go quickly, but first bass of the day, go ahead and let him go. I'm not sure what's up with him, but he was bleeding on me. I just hooked him in the front of the lip, so it was definitely not where I hooked him, but I don't know.
Rain has slowly started to pick up here. It's been about 20 minutes since I caught that first fish. We got a big old plane coming overhead and haven't had a bite since, really. I believe Maddie's caught one on a spinner, and we got one here. Little dink largemouth. But yeah, that should be our third between the two of us, if Maddie is correct in what he caught down there. But hey, maybe that rain is turning them on. This guy got a mouthful of hooks. I really am having to work this bait with a faster action than I would want to. As I said before, it's just so grassy and shallow in here. And I was using that fast retrieve when I caught this guy, so that is definitely a good sign. Little dink, but fish are fish, and in this pond they're tough to come by a lot of times. It's more of a quality than quantity pond, so we'll just keep doing our thing out here, and hopefully we can definitely catch some more bass, possibly a snakehead. Anything is cool. Just having a good time out here. That thing really does have some super serious action though. Such a fun bait to use, especially when it's working. I'm far from a swim bait expert, so I'm still learning like a lot of other people are. that are new to the swim bait game. Bull shad is a great place to start though if you're trying to learn. I do recommend though, before you try one of these, start out with a jerk bait and kind of work on your stop and go retrieve with that, and then the swim bait is going to come a little bit more naturally. It's not exactly the same cadence that you're going to use with a jerk bait, but it is that sweeping stop and go kind of motion that I'm using right here. And most of the time they will hit it on the paws, as we've seen with both of my fish today. Oh my goodness. What an epic eat that was. Big bass. Right at my feet. I thought I was snagged for a second. Really nice bass. That was epic. Oh man, real nice bass. Boat flip. Look at that giant. On the bull shad. Came through with a big one. Oh yeah, baby. Heck to the yeah. He has been caught before, and his lip is kind of wrecked from somebody else's bait. You guys see that? That's a nice 3-pounder, I'd say. Awesome. He really followed it in and everything. That is super cool. He's got a big old gash in his side too. Something has been biting up on him, maybe a blue heron or something. But look at that deformed mouth. Not sure if this fish is post-spawn, pre-spawn, in the middle of the spawn. I don't know what he's doing, but I think he followed that bait in and ate it right up at my feet. That is so cool, man. Let's get him right back. If he is on a bed somehow, we want to make sure we release him right at the same spot. So there he goes. Third bass and a first real quality fish on the bull shad. As I always say, you want to make sure you're continuing your retrieve all the way up to your feet, because as you guys saw, that thing just slammed it literally 2 feet out in the water. Took me quite a few casts to get him too. It's crazy how you can just cast and cast in the same area, and it just takes quite a long time to land that quality fish you're after. As I said before, quality fish, not quantity of fish, usually in this pond. As you can see, that was a quality fish. Let's hope there's more where that came from, and possibly even bigger. There is some 4 and 5 pounders in here, so we do have a chance at a real big one. Not really sure what these bass are doing as far as the spawn goes. The 2 smaller ones we've caught were both out in the middle, and that big one was right at my feet. So you can usually tell by where they're at as to what they're doing, but it seems like there's fish up shallow, there's fish out in the middle. It's just kind of hard to tell what they're doing because the weather has been absolutely crazy, and I don't think the fish know what's going on.
Fish on, guys. It's a good one. Is this a snakehead? I think it's a bass. Whew. Holy crap. For a second, guys, I really thought it was a snakehead. Nevertheless, though, we got one on the plopper. That's awesome. I mean, that thing hit it like a pound of bricks, too. Alrighty. There we go. On the Whopper Plopper 110. Decent little bass right there. I mean, not a total dink. Probably just about a 1-pounder. Go ahead and let him go. There's another fish, guys, out of the same exact spot. Wow, out of the same spot. That's a little bit bigger. Probably about the same size though, about a pound. Literally though, the exact same spot as the other one. But you could definitely tell the water is probably about 70 degrees. It's warmer than the air, and it's 65 right now. So go ahead and get this hook out. Third fish of the day for me. Really good looking bass on the plopper. Both of those Whopper Plopper fish hit ridiculously hard though. Just a slow, steady retrieve. couple little occasional clicks along the way. Try to make this bait look like an injured fish kind of flopping on top. Just in case any of you guys are wondering, I'm using a medium heavy rod and reel with 30-pound braid. Another thing that's actually pretty nice about braided line and heavier line is, like, as you can see, I'm fishing all this stuff. I can't really move around too well if I get hung up, but you can kind of just rip it out of there. We're gonna go ahead and give the holy trying to get out of here and I almost fell. I don't remember this pond being so got me again. I should have learned the first time. That edge is slippery as crap. Happens to the best of us though, right?
Well, this one little location on the pond has been pretty good, but we're gonna keep on exploring down the way. Do have the waders on right now, so we're gonna be able to get into some places that I normally can't get into when I'm here just in regular clothes and everything. So we're gonna go check out those spots and see if we can't keep this little episode rolling here with the bull shad. It's been working out pretty well so far. Pleasantly surprised with the results. I think we'll give it a go right down in here. Somewhat of a path, but these weeds are almost as tall as me. Oh man, into the jungle. Did you guys see that right there? Something just tried to annihilate this thing. Could have been a snakehead. He hit it literally on top water. Whatever that was though, bass or snakehead, it was super aggressive. I'm gonna lean more towards bass just because of the sound it made when it hit the top water. Snakeheads have a very distinct sound. That sounded more like a bass, but it was a big fish, whatever it was, so we'll never be sure unless we catch it. Got one, guys. What the heck? It's a crappie. No way, I didn't even know there was crappie in here. Came on down to the corner where Maddie's at. I've never caught a crappie in here in my life, but there's proof. There is at least 4 species in here. Got bass, bluegill, crappie, and snakehead. That's wild. I think that's my first crappie ever too on a bull shad. We're gonna go back down to the other end, but let me turn around and show you guys what I'm standing in. This camera's on my head, and I'm literally standing in weeds that are much taller than me. Probably 9-10 feet tall. I'm 6'5", and you guys can see that right there. All right guys, after that crappie, not really a whole lot going on here, and we are on limited time now, so we're gonna make a quick move, hit one more pond for about 30-40 minutes tops, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up. But I'd have a feeling we're probably gonna be able to pick up a few over there. Are some good sized fish, and there is a lot of fish at that pond, so if I don't catch one on this cast, we're gonna make that move, and I'll see you guys over there. All right guys, we are at the next spot. Let me get my junk out of the car right here. Got a whole mess of fishing stuff, but as you can see, here we go. Actually a new spot for the channel. Not a new spot to me, but a new spot for the channel. We always do pretty well here, so excited to see how it's looking this year. It's my first time out here this year. Maddie's already down there getting started, so just like the other pond, water is very, very murky, so that's gonna make it tough, but we will prevail, hopefully. Honestly, I would love to throw top water at this pond right now, because that's usually what works very well here, is top water. Oh my goodness. First cast. Oh, that's a small fish, but it scared me to death. Oh, I'm using a different type of retrieve here because this is a good topwater pond. I'm just cruising this thing with a straight retrieve across the top of the water column. And I wasn't sure if that was gonna work, but I had a hunch, and it paid off on that first cast. Little guy probably followed it all the way in from out there in the middle and decided to hit it right as I was pulling it up. Looks like a white perch with that really pale coloration there, but little dink on the straight retrieve. That's cool. We've got him on the pause at the other pond, and now we've got one on the straight retrieve.
Oh my gosh, big blow up. It's a good bass. Nice fish. Biggin. Oh my gosh. Ah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go. Second cast on the plopper. Definitely a 5-pounder. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's get it right in front of my feet. This is a 5-pounder. Look at the stomach. That, I'm telling you, dude, this is the one that hit it before. I told you there's a giant in here. That's probably a 5.
Yep. Man, look at the belly.
Oh my.
Let's get the weight. What do you think it is?
Probably 4.9.
4.16.
It's a really nice bass. There she goes. Dude, that 110 has been killing it for me this year. That was absolutely awesome. Definitely the biggest topwater fish of the year so far. Oh my gosh, and I just got one as soon as I hit the water again. I didn't even get done talking about the other one yet. Come here, this is a little dink. But one thing that was really weird about that other fish, they definitely have not spawned yet, because that thing had a stomach the size of, I don't know what, but it was fat. Go ahead and let this little dink go. But that definitely just made our episode right there. Little pale bass. Oh shoot. Did you guys see that? It hit it right as I was pulling it through the sticks, and I jerked it out of the water and it fell off.
Oh, there's one. Literally just casting as I'm walking to go to the spot I'm trying to get to. We got a whole fish and a piece of trash. That is so cool though, seeing them blow up on top water like this. I love the whopper plopper, man. Even when you're just catching dinks with it, such a fun bait to use. Well guys, the rain has started to unload on us a little bit. My time is running out. I stayed until the very end of when I could stay out here. Maddie and I had a really good day. He's still catching them down there, I'm sure. On the other end of the pond, he caught that real big giant. And I caught a 2-3 pounder earlier in the day on the bull shad as well. So very successful day. I really wasn't sure what I was gonna do with this video, as far as what I was gonna make it, like a bull shad episode or a whopper plopper episode. I really didn't know, but we just came out here and had fun, caught fish, caught big fish, and just enjoyed ourselves. So if you guys enjoyed it too, leave us a thumbs up down below, drop a comment, let us know what you think. And if you have not already, please hit that red subscribe button, get us to 500 subs, and let's keep growing this thing. On behalf of Maddie, guys, I want to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.